then it was March 15. On March 12, you got the game early and you're a super rich fanboy like me. Division came. The longer competitor and the longer rival to Destiny, but it's Secret Quest. 2 months in a row, 2 competitors came to take down the almighty Destiny, one and for all. Now, when I was playing through the campaign of Division, the campaign wasn't drawing at it. It was pretty much like Destiny. Bad guy doing bad guy thing, the good guy coming to save the day, and the good guy doing good guy thing. But it was the way the story presented. You had 8 main digits in the Division open world across Washington DC, and each of them had a say-ha, and you got a lot of that say-ha by not only doing main mission but by doing side quests and by helping the people and finding and by taking conflict zone and conflict area, and you will work it up to level 3, and then when you got to the end game was when you complete the game, the end game was probably the best and probably the most amazing end game I had ever seen. In the Division, in that new heroic mission turn with enemies to get bullets spun and more hair pure, and that enemy becoming a one-shot enemy, it become like a fine maga ring enemy with like maybe 500 bullets unless you shoot the weak spot of the time. This enemy, the mission would be repeated again, and they would have different bosses and different enemies. They would have the Black Hood enemy, and they would invade with military gear and use the same gear and the same weapon and the same skill that you do. When by a mech, when somebody down, they would try to revive them, like you revive a Division agent when the Division agent is down. They would try and fight you and try and tumble over, so you would call a guard, and you would call a guard, and then you have word tier going 1 to 4, and then you have stronghold. Now stronghold will not like the stronghold we see in Anthem, where it was more like a survivor hormone, then at Ruby Bod, and you got to take it down, and you get score, and the more good you do, the more score you get, and the more score you get, the more chest spawn you get. A golden chest with golden loot, you get a blue chest with blue loot, you get an orange chest with orange loot, you get a legendary chest with legendary, so on and so forth. Stronghold was kind of a mix between survivor hormone but also incursion from the 3rd Division. Now the incursion was sort of like Division and to Destiny Raid. They were sort of mini raid, but they didn't feel like raid. They felt like Raid and Strike meet together. They felt like Destiny Lair with they felt like Layer with Destiny added a core year 1 content with further Side Expansion 1 and Warmine Expansion 2. These dungeons, you would have to complete one of these dungeons to to go into a new word tier, and these dungeons were probably the best piece of content. Ever. They mix right with mini Ray, and they mix survivor gamer with mission gamer, and they mix all that together. And there was like Robot Pot, Robot Iron, what would take forever. There was on a cargo ship, on a military ship, and they would take forever. Along with that, when you got to the end game, you got to the occupied dark zone. Now the occupied dark zone, will be occupied by heroic brat to the enemy. What you discuss, and the old way of going there were back. The old way of going there were back. So it was not the new way like we see in Division 1.8. It was the old way of going there back. And then there was like a special NPC. You go there and you could collect special loot. And then there were conflicts, and when you got to level 30, you could use conflict with special weapon, with specialized ammo, what contains ammo for your grenade launcher, Helicar 50 sniper, exploded crossbow. And when you got to level 30 in the end game, I weathered that. You will get specialization. We were kind of the end game craft. Not all looter shooter had crafted. Destiny had the Titan Hunter and Warlock, where I might use it into Warlock and starting for Shadowkeep because it's more supported. Anthem had 5 classes, Colossus, Storm, and Javelin, and it had Colossus Fader. It had Anthem, the Colossus Fader, had a class, and Division, when you get to the end game, it had Demolition with a machine gun. Demolition with a big grenade launcher, and you shoot the grenade launcher when you get special round. It had an exploded high impact crossbow. It had a 50 card sniper rifle which was big and unique, and that made for the perfect angle. Then we got word tier. They were patched and will bring content better, and will bring new word tier. We got word tier 5 with a brand new 4v4 conflict map. 4v4 conflict map. We got a brand new word tier. A brand new word tier. We got a brand new stronghold which was on like an air carrier. We got brand new exotic weapon like machine gun and tried the weapon we could, and then we got the Ray, and everything went down stuff. Down her. The vision was patching thing, it would go in, it would commute, it would dead. A liar game what I would have called the best looter shooter, and even a champ for game of the year. A looter shooter gonna get game of the year or gonna be considered game of the year by all the reviewers. That is epic. But it went downhill with patching and glitching, and the community was so lively and so happy and so full 3 weeks ago. And now because it's Wayland and it Battle Royale. And it had it Battle Royale with a game what didn't have a Battle Royale. Because people were finding content and finding something to do. Because they probably gave the game £105 what I did. And probably couldn't afford to jump on a brand new game like a couple of 4 weeks, 8 months in. And if you like me, you can't even play the expansion content or the episode. You can't even play that. I don't know why I can't even play that. Yeah, you can't even play that. The Division, I thought you were gonna take out Destiny 2. I thought you were gonna be that rival that Destiny 2 did. But Destiny, you survived. And I'm glad you survived because you're the only looter shooter with done it the best on console and PC. And with the best community. Moving on to Season 8, Part 5. Joking of the film. Another one act. But basically another PvP. No homo with season of the die with season for right in front of your face. With new weapon, the awesome, so incredible, let you to weapon like roll and on your effect. So with the vision that with Destiny got Destiny it got a edition. Tomorrow Disney will not only release the biggest content they had done, changing the game to be more like an RPG and like Call of Duty with an RPG mechanic. More like an RPG with Armor 2.0, a seasonal artifact, a battle pack that you can get up to any activity you feel like you're making projection that night. You can feel like you're making projection. Where you can run up the weapon. Where you can mod certain weapon. And mod 2.0 ending designation. Destiny lights are free to play so you can do cross-platform play, cross-save, no target shooting. Did it but Destiny? Did the player Destiny? Did it yeah, see, but all the time. And so tomorrow, the Guardian the signing up. Thank you for the Destiny community. Thank you for letting me play Destiny and letting me make content and share my opinion. I want to say thank you to Bungie for playing your awesome game from Halo to Destiny. I want to say thank you for the Destiny community for being a part and being fun and joining. And I want to say thank you to all the streamer and live stream for letting me share, for letting me make content of the game, whether a new video like this and other video. Thank you to the Guardian the Gamer, and thank you Bungie for my channel and for my career.